Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Christmas. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I need to get real with you, okay? I've got a few things I need to get off my chest. Now, it turns out you guys were actually right, and I was probably wrong. And call me a numpty, call me what you want, it's up to you. I get it, I get it. There was a few things that happened with the Sledge build. Now, I love this truck. I genuinely love this truck, okay? So much so, I still prefer this over my Kraton, I'm not going to lie to you. But everyone started going on about diffs. Everyone started going on about the wheels we were going to put on. And people in the comments, and it wasn't that I've ignored the comments, I was trying different things out. Now, as you know, I was lucky enough to get sent these Geoforms by Method RC. I love these tyres, I have run them. Now, bearing in mind, I've tried to record a video to show you these running, and I'll explain something in a minute why. In fact, I have got some footage. So what I'll do, 2 seconds, is show you the footage quickly now. That's definitely something stripped there, guys. Yep, that's Diff. Okay, well, game over on that one. Let's have a quick look. Okay, well, interesting. The car's going awesome, apart from, straight away, diff click. Don't understand why. So I am going to have a quick look at the diff. I'm going to pause the video 2 seconds, we'll go from there. Right, guys, so stripped the back of the car out while I was here because I did have some tools with me. It does look like that this taken the top of the sintered metal diff gears off. So I am going to get the upgraded Traxxas ones, I think, or possibly relook at the Vitavon ones. Now, it could be that these tyres are a little bit too heavy for this. It is all trial and error, this. Hang on, let me just see if I can. There you go, guys. So I don't know if you can see inside the diff case, we have got metal shavings on there. The pinion gear actually looks okay, to be honest with you. But let's have a quick peek. As you can see, just taking the top of the teeth off, and it was just sort of slipping and spinning the power out to the front end. So common thing on these. I was gambling it. I mean, basically I just wanted to get the car out and give it a run. There is a lot more rotational mass with these tires, so yeah, I mean, this wasn't unexpected, should we say. I was hoping it was going to hold up to do one run, so I might actually put a different set of wheels on, rebuild the rear end and give it another go and see how it goes. This is the thing with upgrading, it's all part and parcel of the hobby for me. Trial and error, seeing what works, what doesn't. As far as the rest of the car, everything is held up nicely. I mean, it was only a little run that we just had by there, but yeah, this is a common denominator in all of the Traxxas Sledge videos I've seen online. And these sintered metal gears are a common issue. As you can see the metal there, guys, around all the diff grease. So what I'm going to do is obviously pop that back in. It does look like that's today's run over and done with. It is a shame because the sun is lovely and we are expecting rain again. Go figure. yeah, back to the drawing board. We'll work out now, you know, which way to go with it. Like I say, I've got the Vitavon gears at home, so I might sit down and just work them gears out a bit better and see if we can get the mesh a little bit better. The clicking noise I had from them wasn't essentially that bad. What it was I think, is too much rotational mass on the wheels. So it could be that those tyres are actually a bit too heavy for this truck.
A few moments later.
Right, and we're back. So I'm going to explain. Basically, these tyres, they're awesome. The grip levels are great. And the issue I've got with them is, quite honestly, these are too heavy. It's a funny situation I need to report on you, and it's a little bit to do with the truck as well. But I'm going to prove something to you, okay? I've got some scales here, and it's taken me a lot of effort to kind of go through the process to get the truck right. Where it stands right now, this minute, and I will do a running footage of this truck as well, guys. Might not be in this video, but it will be coming up on the next video, because I've had to do a lot of wrenching to get the car right. So, as you know, the Sledgehammer tyres, I like them. I like the tread pattern, but I don't like the ballooning. It's okay if you're into air, that sort of thing, but I did find a high speed, especially with the sort of kind of bashing that I do, fast floor, these balloon a lot, right? Okay, so we've got a set of scales here, and they're zeros. So they're coming in at 338 grams, as I showed in the Method RC. Now, as you noticed, on the truck, I have got a set of... Oh, let me just take a sip of my tea. I have got a set of Copperhead V2s on you that I took off my Creighton EXP. I love these tyres. I really, really like them. For me, these are probably, for my style of bashing, perfect. They give me a little bit of grip, a little bit of slide, a little bit of everything. They don't balloon too much. They're still very controllable at high speeds, and they're just awesome. So I've now moved them onto the Sledge, mainly because these are a tyre that I enjoy using. Now I'm going to take this tyre off here. So as you mentioned, 338 grams on the Traxxas Sledgehammers. Now, where I'm going with this, okay, is basically my diffs gave up. Yes, round of applause. I can hear it in the comments now. Oh, I told you so. Yeah, I know. It's why I'm making a video. But my diffs gave up. So I've had to do a bit of research on diffs, crown gears, inputs, shimming, this, that, the other. And I'll go through all of that in a second. Let's weigh this. So, zero the scales out. This one is coming in at 352, so slightly heavier than the Traxxas ones, but I would put that down to having a little bit more sort of strength in the sidewalls on these ones. Now, the Method RC, I adored these. I love the look of them. I love the feel of the tread pattern. These will be awesome on the right car. Weight, 499 grams, guys. Okay, so there's a big discrepancy here in weight. Now, plenty of you guys mentioned it in the comments, all right, that those wheels are going to be way too heavy, and you're right. You are right, okay? The issue I had is when we fitted the Vitavon upgrades, e.g. the crown and input gear, or some of you guys may know it as a crown pinion, or bevel, or whichever way you want to look at it. Loads of people refer to it in different things. I took it outside in my street. Now, I always run my trucks in the street to give them a quick shakedown, just to know that everything's running okay. Now, the issue I had was on braking with the Methods, with the Vitavon gears, dived on the brakes, the car would stop, but then I heard like a diff click, like a click click. Now, bear in mind, I've got the Vitavon gears in you, okay? First problem. So I thought, right, well, I can't run these. I'm probably going to have to do a bit more research, basically, on the correct way of shimming them and everything else, okay? So now, bearing in mind, I had actually shimmed them at that point. The problem I did have in mind was I was using armour shims, and I don't know the correct size for them. They're basically the ones they use for their diffs. Instead of checking what shims I should be using for this truck. Now it turns out with the Sledge, okay, you need 13 by 19 by 0.2 shims, and they fit absolutely perfectly up against the bearing. I watched a few videos. Each truck has got different ways of obviously shimming, so I watched a few videos, and they were saying output drive, bearing, then shim, then crown gear, and that goes against everything that I've ever done before, especially with the armours. I normally go output, shims, bearing, crown gear. Okay, well, what was happening is, imagine the bearing. This is the bearing, okay? You've got the shielding on the inside here, the rubber shielding. The shim that I was using, instead of actually going up against the casing of the bearing, was slipping inside the rubber. And then when I was shimming it up, it was basically pushing against it, slipping inside there. Nothing was happening. So that's cardinal sin number one. Number two, I was then using these wheels and tyres. Now, the issue I've got with these is they're a beautiful wheel, all right? They look absolutely awesome tread, but the rotational mass. Now, what I mean by this is, if you think of this wheel, right? Okay, so the amount of, number one, of extra push the car's got to have to turn these wheels. Now, we're talking in the region of, what, 170 gram a wheel nearly, all right? So you times that by 4. I haven't got so I think it works out, what's that? 160 is 320, 340 grams. You're talking an additional 600 grams really on the truck. 500, 600 kilograms. When you brake, all your gearboxes and everything else are asked to do something that they're not meant to do. Now, bearing in mind the car would have been designed, e.g. to use tyres like this, same sort of thing. These are a little bit heavier, but not too much. Those gears are designed for the sort of use these are going to be put through. When these stop, all right, you've got all that extra weight on the car, on the wheels, the rotating mass pushing against the gears. So there you go, click's going to happen. That's number two. So I thought, right, well, okay, what if I'm going to go this deep into the truck, all right, because I am quite far in now. I need to work out these Vitavon gears because I really like the look of them. Loads of people said the spiral cut gears are awesome. So I did a bit of looking online. As I mentioned, I found out that the shims that I was using was incorrect. I thought, right, I'm going to do two things here. I'm going to swap the wheels over, and then I'm going to reinstall the spiral cut gears from Vitavon into the truck, and then we're going to give it a go. All right. So shimmed it all up. I think let me get this right. Yeah, 3 in the front, 3 in the back was actually what I needed for pushing that crown gear over towards the pinion. Fits lovely. All right, that's one thing I had to do. I've also, as I mentioned, installed hub extenders to use these wheels because the offset's slightly different to the Traxxas ones. So, and I thought, right, I really like the cop heads. I'm going to start using those. So I've run this truck now, and honestly, it's ballistic. I did find that these were a little bit lazy on the car. Now, bearing in mind, I've geared the car up to compensate for the lack of ballooning on the wheel, but I've left the gearing in. I really have, and because, quite honestly, it doesn't need to come down on the gearing. I've put a large motor fan on the motor. I thought, let's leave it. Let's see how the car plays out here. It's either going to go really bad or really good. So we're now running on the 16 tooth. We've now got Copperhead V2s. We're now running Vitavon gearing. The initial test run in the street, everything is working great. I'm now going to bash this car, take it out to my local bash spot, Old Dusty, as I've shown you. And the idea is basically give the truck a good run. On top of that, I've spoken to Vitavon. They are sending me, thank you very much, Arthur, by the way. They are sending me alloy bulkheads front and rear for this truck. Now, that's as far as this truck needs to go, all right? That's the only non-essential part that I would have added to it. If you think of what's already on the truck didn't come with alloy bulkheads, but I'm choosing, and obviously I've selected with Vitavon. I've worked out what I'm going to do for the video, and basically we're going to fit those on there. And the reason being is obviously those gears will, once it is set and forget then, all right? Would I have done this without the help of Vitavon? Probably not, all right? Vitavon offered to sponsor another video for me, and I thought, well, yeah, why not? So they actually sent me over the blue 7075 diff cases. Where I'm going with all this, guys, okay, quite honestly, is you guys were right and I was wrong. Let's be honest, I'm a bloody numpty. I had to try it, though. I did have to try it. I thought that, these would... Now, I'm not saying everyone should not buy these, all right? That isn't where I'm going with this. What I'm saying, for my case use, and I'll be honest, you guys, make sure your diffs are shimmed. Everything is all set nicely. You've got plenty of fans on your motors, because the amount of rotational mass between this and a set of stock wheels or equivalent, e.g. I'm running D-boots, is quite substantial, all right? You're going to need to make sure your diffs are absolutely out of this world. Now, the other thing to mention here, what I also aided with the issue is the fact that I had the sintered Traxxas gears in there, all right? Now, and I know, and it's well documented all over the internet, that those gears aren't known for being reliable. I kind of took a gamble. It didn't pay off. I thought, right, well, these are still in good condition. I'll put them back into the car. I knew they fitted. They didn't need any shimming, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, turns out they themselves. Again, you guys were right. I was wrong. Where I'm going with this, guys, you got to remember, this is my hobby, all right? For me, I needed to be real with you and say, right, not everything is roses. I made a mistake. You guys were on the money with this one. Now, the funny thing is, I still love this truck so much. Honestly, because I'm invested into it, not because I work. I just drove it earlier on up and down the street on tarmac. It was quite damp, and it's just an awesome machine. Really, really is awesome. It drives how I want it to. Oh, by the way, I fitted the carbon inserts in the arms now as well, and that seems to actually help with the suspension. It seems to have stiffened up the whole of the car when it's driving. You can actually feel it. It's weird. I thought that would never actually happen, but it turns out it does. Yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone obviously watching the videos and commenting, because at the end of the day, I take your feedback on a regular basis, all right? Sometimes I need to try things for my own benefit just to see. I'm not saying everyone sort of create a mass riot because Method have created heavy tyres. Just be careful what these are. I was a little bit confused what these are actually for, because they class them for a 1/8 scale, all right? But 1/8 scale, it did make the truck feel lazy. I'm not going to lie to you. Big heavy tyres made the truck feel lazy, on top of which it soon found out and helped me realise that Traxxas sintered gears are absolutely pile of poo. So now we're left with a awesome truck, okay? So this should be absolutely brilliant. It's not that I'm trying to, make you suck eggs or anything like that, or eat. It's more a case of me eating humble pie, I suppose, if you think about it. I really do like this truck. I've got a few other little... got some upgrades to show you guys. I'm going to call them upgrades because they are, but they maybe not upgrades as in metal upgrades. Tyson from Garage Life RC has kindly got in touch and he sent over some additional parts for the truck, and I think you guys will like them. So, as you know, big fan of Garage Life wing mounts. They are flexible, they're easy to use, they're more robust than the stock ones. And the funny thing is, the reason why the Sledge wing breaks is because of it doesn't flex at all. So this should help me out. It's very, very nicely printed. Guys, that's Garage Life RC. It's also sent me a bumper support. Now, as you know, I am using the RPM bumper support here, so not 110% whether I'm going to use this yet. I will have to make my mind up on that one, but there is a possibility I will. That's the bumper support. Right, big one here, battery strap. Now, the battery tray on these are a bit of a pain in the backside, you know, getting the batteries in and out. So he's come up with this printed design that's going to replace the top of the battery tray, the sliding tray, and then I can fit 3S batteries, two 3S batteries in there. I can put larger 6S batteries. He's also come up with some shock guards as well, as you can see. So these essentially sit at the bottom of the perch, covering the front of the shock to try and stop any debris hitting the shock, damaging the shock shafts, that sort of thing. And also, he sent me over a new GPS holder for my Sky RC. I need to look at that as well because he's still playing me up, but this will hold that in place. Right, so that is pretty much it there, guys. Your massive shout out to Tyson. I am going to do a video with me fitting those parts of the car, but I thought I'd let you guys know in this video. But yeah, bouncing back to the Sledge, genuinely an awesome truck. Really, really like this, and I'm going to get it back out again. Now I've geared up the stock motor, it rips, guys. It really does. I've gone from a 13 tooth to a 16, and she wants to spin the wheels up. I'm power sliding lovely. The wheels want to go up in the air when I get enough traction. Just very happy with the truck. Still using stock servo. But yeah, you guys in the comments, thank you for obviously all the participation and helping me understand my new truck. Again, transparency is the key to this channel, guys. It's a journey through my hobby with you guys in the community. If I find anything along the way, I'm going to let you know. But if I find bad things or something, not so much bad things, but things that go wrong or things that could be wrong, I will let you know as well. And I think that's the best way for us as a little community in YouTube to move forward. Once again, massive thank you to each and everyone watching all the videos, all the likes, shares and subscribes. Massive shout out to you all. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you are watching this video, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. It means the world to me. So next up really with the Sledge is just run it. Guys, coming up on the channel as well, I've got 3 new cars coming to the channel as well. Very in a very good position here. I'm going to let you know about 2 of them. All right. I have picked up the Red Cat Valkyrie. Larry from L to the W is coming over. We're meeting up. Guys, put a link in the description to his YouTube channel. Really, really awesome guy. Very wholesome channel. Very honest. Very keen to within the hobby. Really, really nice family guy, and just pleasure to talk to. Make some absolutely awesome content for you guys to watch, and if you're into wrenching, he's top guy for that as well. So he's coming over to the UK and he's bringing me a Red Cat Valkyrie. So I'm quite looking forward to that. A 4S monster truck. As you know, I love my 4S trucks. I'm also got on order at the moment the Habao Hyper TT 2.0. Again, I love my Habao trucks. My favourite truck out of the lot is my SSTE. Really, really adore that truck. Got some real sentimental value to it, and it's just an awesome truck. Whether it be raced, bashed, jumped, you name it. I've spent so much time upgrading it, enjoying it, and it's just been a wicked truck to own. On top of that, then I have got one little surprise, and that's coming quite soon. I can't tell you about that one. It's a rather big surprise, and I think you'll love it when you see it. But until next time, guys, check the box for more videos. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with the channel, guys. Take care.